Greetings and welcome to Flavourful Eats. Today I'm with Sumana Bhatt. Welcome, Sumana.
Thanks for having me, Hamsha.
She's introducing us to radish, especially daikon, because everybody knows the English radish. Not very many people know the daikon.
Right.
An unassuming superfood, a white vegetable whose origin is apparently from the Mediterranean, but it's widely used amongst the Orientals and us Indians.
Right.
So with that, we're going to get started. You're making some tomato rice.
Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using radish as both as main dishes as well as a side dish to a main dish. So the main dish that I'm making right now is tomato rice, and I'm just getting this out of the way because I'm making it in the Instant Pot, and we'll be eating the tomato rice with a side that is the radish salad or radish raita.
Raita, as we call it.
So we'll just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the saute button on in the Instant Pot and go ahead and get started on making the tomato rice, which is the main dish for the radish raita.
So this dish is using oil and ginger, garlic, onions, curry leaves, cinnamon, cloves, red chilies.
That's right.
Powder.
So this is sort of like a combination of a little bit of oil and a little bit of ghee.
Ghee, yes,
right,
to give it a little bit better taste.
Taste, yeah, that's right. And then we add all the seasoning to it, the tempering items, which is a little bit, half teaspoon of mustard seeds, a few, and I'm also adding a little bit of peanuts.
So this becomes a dish on its own. It's one protein dish because peanuts will add protein.
That's right. And then a cinnamon bark, and 3 or 4 cloves. Adding a little bit of the urad dhal, like a half teaspoon of this. That's the urad dhal, and a little bit of cumin seeds. So a little bit of that, and a little bit of I think that's good on that. So we'll just saute this first.
But we did say at the beginning that we're using daikon as one of the main ingredients because, like I said, everybody knows about the English
that's right.
Radish, which is readily available everywhere, and this is mostly in the Asian and the Oriental stores, right? And now it's more. I got this from Barrett's Mill Farm, which is organic farm, right here in our neighborhood. So it's more available, and the way to know a daikon needs to feel heavy. Right, for its weight, and a smooth flesh with few root hairs. You can see there's absolutely no root hairs here. So deep green leaves and straight, and so it's a crisp vegetable.
Again, all these radishes come with their stems, and that's supposed to be really fresh. When you know it's nice and green, you know that it's it's fresh.
You're talking about the greens at the top.
Yeah, the greens at the top of the roots. I know we've cut it off here, but it does come. The greener it is, the more fresh.
Right.
It is.
And the powerhouse of nutrients is unbelievable.
In general, radish is supposed to be really good for health. It has an antioxidant called isothiocalcamine, that's what it's called. And in addition to that, it's supposed to be a very high source of potassium.
Yes. Which
helps reduce blood pressure.
For the reason we're using it this time of the year, it's a winter vegetable. So we are cooking seasonal right now.
Right.
And to fight off all the colds and flus, it's antifungal, antibacterial. It has all those very good properties in them.
Right.
So in the meantime, you added chilies in there, right? A dry chili or two.
I'd forgotten about that. So went ahead and added a couple of broken chilies that are broken into pieces. And it's sauteing here.
You just want the peanuts to get a little bit on the browner side, right?
Correct, right, yeah. And what else can we say about radish? It's supposed to be high in fiber and really good for digestion.
Folate acid, which not very many things has folate. We get it in multivitamin. It's normally made, human-made. It's folic acid. But here you're getting the actual folate. Anything naturally is always best for your body, right?
Right, yeah. So the next step, after you can see that is to add a few of the curry leaves. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a few of the curry leaves. You can just go ahead and add that. And then what we can do is we can start, what I've done is I've cut
chopped up onions.
Chopped one onion. So we're going to go ahead and add that. onion and including one green chili. So it has an onion, then cut onion and green chili.
So the nice thing about this onion now will cut down a little bit of the sourness of the tomato.
Right.
So the type of tomato also sometimes, there's different varieties. You can choose the one that's not that sour.
That's right.
That is if you don't want the sourness. Some people like the sour taste.
In addition to that, I'm also adding a little bit of ginger and garlic. And again, I don't use the paste form. I try and grate
fresh is always best.
Yeah, fresh is always best. It's the grated ginger as well as cut garlic.
And the nice thing about having your garlic cut and left in your ear, it's actually more absorbable by your body.
Right.
It's good to have that.
So I think we're pretty much done with this. Yeah, we can put it on the plate. So while this is while the onions are being done, I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon, a couple of teaspoons of red chili powder.
So this is just plain red chili powder, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because you have your other seasoning anyway, your cinnamon and your clove.
Exactly right, which is the reason why I'm just using the red chili powder. And I'm also adding a little bit of coriander.
Oh yes.
Yeah, a little bit of coriander powder and a little bit of salt.
So did you add a little bit of cumin too?
Cumin. No, because we added the cumin seeds.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's
cumin
right.
Seeds.
Yeah,
yes, so mustard and cumin seeds.
Yeah, that's right. And then we're adding a little bit of salt. And another thing that I'd like to add for that I usually add for tomato rice is a little bit of hing. And asafoetida, right? And this is also, it gives it a very good taste. So,
and the combination of all of this makes very good digestives. Like I just learned that cumin is one of the byproduct of salicylic acid is one of it that has it, and all that is important.
Right.
Besides helping digest, we all know that it's a very good digestive product, and especially with the flu season, you need all of these things.
That's right.
Help.
All right. So it looks like we're pretty much done here. So the onions seem to be cooked. So let's
now we
go
are
ahead.
our lycopene in the way of a tomato.
Right. Exactly. So we'll go ahead and add that.
Oh man, the smell is just divine.
Outstanding, right? Yeah. And everything is super fresh, from the grocery store. So
you've already pre-washed about 2 cups.
2 cups of, that's right. So what we have out here is 2 cups of basmati rice. All right, so I think we're good now to go ahead and add the basmati rice. So I'll go ahead and add that.
And you have your 4 cups of
4 cups of water. Yeah, so usually the measure there is for 1 cup of basmati rice, we usually have about 2 cups of water, 1.5 to 2 cups of water, depending on the variety. All right, so I think we're good here to go ahead and add the water. And so how much is that, Hamsha?
I'm just
we'll just stick to 2 cups, Hamsha. I think
2 cups.
we're 4 cups altogether. Yeah, we'll just do 4 cups. So I think we're done with the tomato rice.
Okay, so you're just going to put the lid on and leave it to cook?
Yeah, we'll do that. So we just allow it to cook. And I think we're done with the tomato rice.
So we'll get on to our next dish.
Yes.
So we're going on to making the curry.
Yeah, the main dishes. That's
this
both
is the actual daikon.
The daikon curry.
This one here now you chopped into that.
Right, exactly.
You diced it.
Into cubes kind of thing, like small 1-inch cubes. So let's go ahead and get started on the curry. So what we do is we take 1 teaspoon of gingerly oil. So this is a little different.
Gingerly oil is sesame oil.
Right.
So it's nice and hot, as you can already see.
Right. And then I'm just going to take the pot here so that I can add the mustard seeds.
Only because it's really hot.
Right. And then a little bit, and I don't want to spill, the cumin seeds, the half teaspoon of urad dhal, and then we have a little bit, 1 teaspoon of channa dal. And we'll go ahead.
Chickpeas.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead and cut the red chilli. And now this is going to, do we use this now, or
yes,
do we want
to
use?
That.
Yeah, we can use this.
You want to use a wooden spoon, you can.
So now we're in the process of cooking this, or sauteing the seasoning.
Yes, it's already split and.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the cut radish or daikon.
So that's basically it, right? You just put a little bit of water, let it cook.
Yeah, right. Now let's add the spices to it.
Oops. Right, yeah, the spices to add.
Yeah. And I'm going to add a few of the curry leaves also. all this produces the, it's good for health, and in addition to that, it also gives us the flavor, the curry leaf flavor. Yeah. Right. And I'm just going to add a spoon of salt, and I'm just going to add some of the seasoning things now. So I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder and a little bit of coriander powder.
And chili powder, the heat is depending on your tolerance to heat.
Right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I think we're just going to allow this to add a little bit of water and allow it to cook. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me add a little bit of water and then allow it to cook. Right, I think this should be good. So the next thing that I'm going to do, so this is one main dish. The other main dish that we're going to be working on is the radish sambar.
For you, so your sambar, you're cooking cooked tur dal already, and you have sliced radish.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of 1 spoon of ghee and a little bit of vegetable oil or olive oil. Any oils will be okay. So we add a little bit of that, and our usual tempering ingredients, which is basically our mustard seed. Oh, the cumin seeds. All right.
Salicylic acid added to it.
Right. That's right. So now, once we'll also add a little bit of curry leaves. Now that our pot is pretty
nice and hot.
Nice and hot, and we can add a little bit of red chilies too. So now that our the tempering is pretty much done, looks nice. So we'll go ahead and add our onions.
Yes.
So again, these onions have been chopped. It's about 1 cup of onions.
1 huge purple onion, I think.
Right.
And the nice thing about purple onion is it gives more sweetness to the dish too.
That's right. Okay. While we allow the onions to cook, maybe we can just cut. So what I've used is I've used the global red radish, as they call it, and I think it's pretty much available everywhere. It's available in the grocery store with the leaves, or you can find packets of it in the grocery store.
It's found in bunches, very much so.
Right.
And the greens of the radish, even the greens in the daikon is actually very healthy to cook and eat.
Yeah.
And I've used the greens a number of times. So you're just slicing them, right?
Right. I'm just slicing them into circular pieces.
So someone has finished, washed it and cleaned it and everything at home and just using it like
that. That's right. Just for the sake of saving some time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the radish. So again, radish that's been cut into circular shapes. We are now adding it to the sambar or to the pot. And to this, what I'd like to do, Hamsha, is maybe add a little bit of turmeric powder. Again, this is supposed to be really good. So the more of it, the better. I know I have it for
and you added the pepper
dal
so
too.
It makes it very well.
Right. And then another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the sambar powder. So now this sambar powder, again, you can find this in the Indian store. It's basically, it's under the label MTR sambar powder.
The brand is MTR.
Yeah, that's right.
Sambar powder. So Sumana uses MTR sambar powder.
Right. So I'm just going to go ahead and add.
It's very powdery. Today she just added some, mistakenly put the oil and the powder together.
Right.
So,
but otherwise
it's
just be a dry powder, right? So let's go ahead and stir that in. Did I add the salt to this?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Fingers are best.
Yeah, I'm just going to use a spoon because I think it's about a spoon.
Of a teaspoon?
Yeah, a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half, because the quantity looks a little big here. Or the pot looks big, I'm not sure.
I think you should be good with that.
Yeah.
So you wait for the radish to look a little translucent?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's what we need to do. So this may have to cook a little bit. So I think we're pretty much, we can allow this to cook for some more time before. And the next thing, what I've done is, this is tur dal.
Right, which is pigeon peas in English.
Right. And
yellow pigeon.
So what I've done, what I've gone ahead and done is taken 1 cup of tur dal and pressure cooked it.
Right.
With the water, and as you can see, the yellow thing is nothing but the turmeric powder.
Turmeric powder. And it's yellow dal anyway, and you put 1:2 or a little more, depending on how liquid or dry you want.
Yeah, that's right. You could just add 3 cups of water.
3 cups of water.
Yeah,
to 1 cup.
It should be good, because anyway the sambar is is in a liquid form.
Liquid form,
Yeah, it's with
yes.
gravy. Yeah. Oh, another ingredient that I need to put into this is the tamarind. So how did I forget that? So
Well, I
let's go
thought we
ahead
always
and-
add it in the end.
Yeah, no,
Good to know
I
we
usually
did.
add it along with the cooking. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and take another
a
teaspoon.
spoon.
This is something that you can find in the Indian grocery stores. It's called Indira's.
This particular
tamarind.
brand again. that
It's called
someone is
Indira's,
using.
right? And I typically use this. We just squeeze it out from here. It's tamarind paste. Again, it's something that I would maybe a teaspoon and a half should be good on this,
Yes, I think we
given
need
the
a little more.
quantity, right? Yeah.
So do you want to work on your raita while we wait for these to cook?
To cook, yeah, we can do that. I mean,
Okay.
I usually taste, pick it up to see if I can, if it's already cooked. Yeah, I'm just taking one piece and it's done. It's
Okay,
done.
so that's
So I think
ready.
we can, yeah, this is ready.
All right, so in the
All
meantime,
right.
you want to get your raita going?
Yes, let's go ahead and do that.
So do you need a pot?
The
Do you
next
do a
item that we'll be
tempering?
making, yeah, so this is the two main dishes, the curry, the dry curry and the sambar that is being cooked or that is almost being cooked. Okay, so the next item that we'll be making is a raita or a salad using radish.
Which you now grated.
Yeah, which is grated. Okay, so this is again, the white radish that you see there. It's the white radish that has been grated in the food processor.
Oh, you can
And-
grate it by hand if you don't have a food processor.
That's right. So again, here what we're going to be doing is we'll be first sauteing the radish,
Radish,
just to
okay.
get a little bit of the raw smell out, followed by, and then we're going to prepare the raita here. That's the yogurt base, the yogurt and buttermilk base, and then add the grated,
Grated,
and
right.
slightly
Daikon.
cooked radish or daikon into the bowl. So that's how we're going to be proceeding. Let's go ahead and get started on that. This is being heated, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it's hot already.
All right. So again, we're going to take about a spoon of olive oil, along with a little bit of ghee, just to give it a little bit of a good taste. And then here, what we do is we add the mustard seeds, a teaspoon of mustard seeds, and a little bit of urad dhal is 1 teaspoon of this.
And if you chopped up curry leaves, you could add that too. Really
Yeah,
tastes
again,
good.
curry leaves and a little bit of, let's go ahead and add this too.
Chilies.
The red chilies.
Red chili.
All these are standard things that come with everything.
South Indian seasoning.
Seasoning, right. Sort of standard in everything. And then we're going to add a little bit of curry leaves. Yeah. So it looks like this is done.
That's definitely done.
Yeah. So what we can do is we can add the grated radish or daikon into this.
So you're just removing a little bit of the raw taste, right?
Right. Okay. So while this is cooking, maybe we can just flip it over a little.
Do you add salt now or you add salt later?
Well, we can add salt into this, or we can add it into the yogurt mixture.
mix, yeah.
Yeah, either way. So in the meantime, I'll make the yogurt
Yes.
mixture.
And this
Oh,
one
this
you
may
want
be
to
done, right?
Yes.
Do you think this may be done? Yeah. So okay. So now that our vegetable is cooked,
Then put the tur
let's
dal.
go ahead and add the tur dal. So the tur dal is here. We're going to go
Your
ahead
black
and add
spoon
that.
is right there. Your
Yeah.
black spoon.
This is the one. Yeah.
Okay, so that just needs a little simmer and it's ready.
Yeah. Right. I will just put the cover here and just allow this pot to cook.
Okay,
All
and
right.
that one looks like it's ready too.
Yeah. Let's see. And it looks like our tomato rice is done.
ready. Okay.
Because as you see over here, the pressure valve has used to be risen to the
Oh,
top,
okay, so
and
it
now
came
it's
down?
like it's come down.
Okay.
So we're all set to
Okay,
for the
so you
tomato
want
rice.
to mix your
Yeah.
thing?
Okay, so so now what we're going to do is for the raita, we're going to go ahead and get make the raita mixture or the base for the raita. So what I'm doing is I'm adding 2 cups of yogurt. So this is 1 cup, this is 2nd cup.
And you-
Yeah, and we're adding about half a cup of
sour cream.
sour cream. So let's go ahead and add that here. And again, the main purpose is the sour cream is optional, but it definitely gives a good flavor if you
And
add
you're
it.
using whole yogurt, so you're not using low-fat yogurt.
Yeah, no, actually I have used low-fat yogurt.
Yeah, but today is I think regular, right?
Oh no, it is low-fat yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then if you're using whole yogurt, you don't need the cream.
All right, and the next one is we add about maybe a cup of buttermilk. All right, so let's go ahead and add maybe about 2 cups of buttermilk.
So that's 1 cup because you got a half cup measure.
Oh, half cup measure, okay. So that's about a cup. And then let's add salt to this so that
Yes,
we have
got
the
the
good
flavoring.
base. Yeah, again, this is salt to taste. I think that should be good.
Okay, so should I add this in?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead. All right, so this is it. Let's mix everything up. We're all set.
All right.
Wow, looks
Already
good.
Looks very good.
Looks very good. Very healthy.
Well, of course, you've made it, so has to be good.
The other thing that we need to do is add a little bit of cilantro, chopped
Yes,
cilantro
yes.
to all of this. So that's usually brings out the color and
And
it
most
adds
important,
flavor.
it removes all the metals from your food.
Right. So we will be doing that as maybe when we start presenting it. We'll just go ahead and sprinkle some.
Okay, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
So now we've done it. As an old Chinese proverb states, eating pungent radish and drinking hot tea lets the starved doctor beg on their knees.
All right.
It's like, food
Very
for
well
thought.
said. Yeah,
Yes.
very well said.
Again, thank you for highlighting this powerhouse vegetable to our winter repertoire that will keep our fellow beings healthier and free of digestive issues and free of colds through the winter.
Right.
Yes. And thank you all for joining us on Flavourful Eats. May you all stay healthy, safe and warm. Remember, we're always available on ActonTV.org. Any questions, comments, please write to flavorfuleats@gmail.com. Again, thank you, Samana.
Thanks for having me, Hamsha. Thanks, everyone.
From your host, Hamsha Naidu. Optimal health comes from optimal nutrition. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.